Even their warning tones are cute. That's a Mini. Now I'm sure you guys have heard of the saying that if you've never owned an Alfa Romeo, you're never a true petrol head. Well, that's a statement from the 70s, 80s, or 90s. It works until then, because Alfas are cars full of character. They are soulful, they are designed with passion. Yes, they might not be the most reliable, but they are very special. They make the owners feel special. That's the true essence of an Alfa Romeo. Fast forward today, sorry, I mean, I love the brand. It's my favorite brand. I love that Alfa Romeo brand, but they make shit cars. All their cars are rubbish. Yeah, the 8C, yes. 8C is a Ferrari, badge as an Alfa. The Giulia looks very promising. The Giulia does look very promising, which I'm happy, but it's as if it comes a bit, it's a bit too late to the party, but nevertheless, let's wish it does well. But everything else that Alfa does, all the stupid Mitos and that Giulietta, oh my god, Giulietta, it's a shit car, and they pick a great name. They pick a great name and put it on a shit car, and they thought that would sell that shit car. So not only it did not sell that shit car, it destroyed that great name. The same case with Lancia. So I'm not sure if you guys know about it. I hate Sergio Marchionne. He's an accountant. He knows nothing about cars. He's just doing a shit job, destroying the brand, the company, and telling loads of stories in front of his board of directors, giving them new hopes, new directions. Every year he's just showing them, oh, how much of a risk I've helped you avoid it. You know, I made the decision to delay the entry to US market, because if we would have entered, this is the projected losses that you are going to suffer. I helped you on that. That's what he does, I guess, every year. And the board of directors are like sheeps, going, oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, there's an Alfa Romeo behind me now, a 146, a Boxer 1.7. Anyway, this is the Mini Countryman. Why I talk about Alfa? Because I think in today's world of templatized cars that seems to follow a template in making them, Mini is the last vestige of unique cars. It is the modern day Alfa Romeo, except that it doesn't break down. It has tons of character. The way it drives is just different. The way it looks is just different. The ideology behind a Mini Cooper or a Mini Clubman Countryman is just so different from every other car out there. And I would say you have to own a Mini even once in your life, just to understand how different it could have been. Yeah, I think that's the gist of it. Well, if you come from a normal C segment car or whatever that has a segment out there, the moment you jump into a Mini, you feel that, wow, okay, I'm paying X amount of price, and what am I getting? You know, that doesn't really hold. I mean, doesn't really gel with the whole Mini thing. Now, what Minis are about? They let you feel the road. Okay. It's not supposed to be so insulated where where you can't hear the motorcycle next to you. You can't. You know, if there's a chart that Mercedes, Audi, BMW, they are all competing amongst each other, and they plot their figures on the chart. You know, who's the quietest, who has the lowest NVH, you know, and then they all of them try to achieve better results than the other on that chart. A Mini doesn't belong anywhere there, you know. They just don't see themselves as that. Mini is all about fun, so they let you feel the engine. On normal D mode, a Mini drives like an S mode in all those German luxury cars. It has that rotty feeling. That's what Minis does. I haven't even pushed it into the S mode yet. You know, I haven't pushed the S mode button, and it feels like that already. You know, and you can hear the engine. You can feel the road, the wind noise, and all that. Now, of course, we have been bombarded with all these marketing messages. Okay, it's not really marketing messages. It's about achieving comfort. In order to achieve comfort, you isolate everything, right? Then it's a very comfortable cabin. It's very quiet, and thus from there they gain scores. But on the fun factor, you wouldn't want your car to isolate everything. I mean, driving a Mini, you have that yes, I know it's very cliche, that go-kart feeling. So what does that mean is that, you know, you feel the road, the slight bumps, and then the noise. A bit of that is allowed to intrude into the cabin, and it feels great. It feels great. You just feel lively, you know, having fun with that. And I know they change it now, but all along until the current generation Mini, they never had powered seats. Hold on. Yo, I'm reaching in 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm here already.
Alright. See you.
Okay,
Bye. Yeah, I haven't hooked up my phone yet to the sound system. And this is a Mini. The steering is so direct. The steering is just so direct. The way it feels. And oh, if you haven't noticed, because it has the same interior, this is the Countryman, and it's slightly taller, slightly more spacious, has 4 seats, 4 doors, 5 seat belts, and a handbrake lever that is like a, what is that? Like the throttle of an, what do you call that? That lever on aircrafts. Anyway, this is the Countryman. It just makes you feel so special. It's just fun. See, these are the things we can do with Minis. They all have handbrakes. I hope they keep the handbrakes. I hope they keep it, because it's don't put an electronic parking brake on Minis. Please don't, because they are lovely cars, and it's just better to have the handbrake lever. Now, in terms of interior, cubby spaces, there are a few. There are, you know, glove box and all that. The entire car is of not so soft, squidgy, super high quality plastics, but they are quality plastics nonetheless. But it is super plasticky. It's like a toy car, and large, and you sit in, so it's all plastics. Now, what I really like about this generation of Mini, the R56 generation, is that this circular dial is the speedometer. Yes, it's not that it's never in your line of sight in terms of what speed you're doing. But the thing is this, you don't need to look at the speedometer when you're driving a Mini. I guarantee you that, because when you're going 80, you feel like you're going 120 in a BMW, or 130, because it just lets the element comes in, and that alone, and the connection you have with the throttle, the steering, and everything, right? You don't even need to look at the speedometer, and that part of driving, of you enjoying the car, is a lovely sensation. And what else? I used to have a Mini. I have the Clubman, the first generation, the modern first generation Clubman, where there's a rear suicide doors and all that. We love that car. We love that car. We adore that car. Yes, it's very noisy. Certain plastic parts, we will find them out of nowhere, but that car has been super reliable, and we love it to bits. Especially the part where the rear doors, some car wash guy, if they don't close the left first and then the right, they close both together like a cupboard, and it'll get stuck. These are all the idiosyncrasies of Mini Coopers. Now, what this car has, full safety systems, is a BMW group car anyway. You know, airbags everywhere and all that. It has the mini version of iDrive. I don't know what they call it, Mini Drive or something like that. It functions exactly like iDrive, so it's good enough. And the rev counter is here. It follows the steering. Another unique thing about Minis is that they don't prejudice against lefties or right-handers. Anyway, the paddle shifters work this way. To upshift, you pull the pedals. Both sides is upshift, and pushing it from the front, both sides is downshift. So what you can do is you put it in manual mode, one hand on the window, you can upshift and downshift using one hand. Or this. That's a Mini. And in terms of space, I'll bring you guys through later. But anyway, the car is lovely. You have to own a Mini once in a lifetime, and they might be selling. They are a premium product, right? They sell 200 over 1,000, and their used car values are very, very strong because the demand is there. They are very reliable cars. It's not the first generation, the R53, if I don't remember wrongly. Those have some, electronic issues and all that. But the new ones, they are all very reliable. So even if you can't afford a new one, you can pick up a used one. A 2007 or 2008 car, they'll be fine. All of them are fine. You should buy a Mini. It's just lovely, So yeah. So this is the Park Lane Countryman. It has a unique paint outside. It has all that special bits and touches. To the styling, it's a limitless edition. I really like the styling, and this engine, this Prince engine. I mean, it was a collaboration. Oh, Innova, that's dangerous. It was a collaboration between BMW and PSA. PSA is the Peugeot Citroën group, and this engine is widely available it covers all Peugeot's car except the 208, where the one is not a turbo. This turbo engine is in the 308, the 408, the 508 and all that, and it's a very versatile engine. Seriously, it's even in some rear-wheel drive 1 Series BMWs, and it's in this Mini, even in the 316 that debuted earlier on. And it's not the engine that makes the best sound. It's a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine anyway, but I like its character. It has that, it's an angry engine, especially in the Mini. It just shows that. I mean, not showing. I mean, there's Mini has that English bulldog mascot. It's exactly like an English bulldog. Small, angry. It does that, and yeah, I like it. It's not the most fuel efficient engine. It's bordering thirsty for its size. Of course, all these European engines, if you drive like that, slow, steady, smooth every day, I'm sure they are efficient. But the fact is that it is an engine that likes to be revved. It likes to suck in air and blow them up and punch you off the line. It's like that. Yeah. It's an angry engine. Small but angry. Characterful. Not pretty in the way it sounds, not pretty when you pop up the bonnet. Horrible looking, in fact, when you pop up the bonnet. But it's nice. Of course, the new 3-cylinder 1.5 turbo from BMW is much more refined. It's a wonderful 3-pot in the new Mini. So yeah, I mean, that engine sounds great as well. So I can't wait for Mini to launch the new Countryman. Obviously they will, because the current new generation Mini is doing so well. They improve the interior quality and the fit and finish. Everything is better in the sense where, in the line I described earlier on, they sort of try to pull Mini somewhere within there, you know, because let's put it this way: when journalists try to judge cars, it's impossible. They don't draw comparisons between sound insulation, NVH, build quality, fuel consumption. All those non-Mini criteria is, I mean, you can't evade yourself from that, right? Only a handful of people will not look at those qualities and then judge a car based on its holistic character. So in terms of, I mean, to me it's just special, and I like everything about it. In terms of the new, I mean, if the new Countryman is coming, I really do hope they don't try to make it look too much like the current Mini Cooper or 5-door, because I just don't like the square aircon vents here. I feel these rounded ones are, I mean, it just suits the character a lot better. And I'm a bit sad when they remove the speedometer to here, and it's just a circular thing where there is a square screen within in the new Minis, which is a bit, of course, if they're able to engineer a rounded screen, that would be wonderful, right? I hope they do that, because this is what makes the whole cabin special. Is what makes Mini interiors look really, really different from everybody else out there. Yeah. So, oh, Peugeot 308, same engine. In my previous Clubman, I had this 1.6 turbo as well. Aside from the rough engine, the way the engine sounds is really rough, I have absolutely no issues with that engine. It's wonderfully reliable. Yeah, I have no issues with the engine. The transmission, we've had the car for 4.5 years and it's perfectly reliable. And you know what? That was the first batch. You see, this motorcyclist is a jam, it's a junction, and he's just traveling straight without thinking that there are cars that would turn and send him to the longkang. Luckily I spotted him. Anyway, yeah, I have to return the car now, and I had a jolly good time. Lovely, lovely. Can't wait to take more Minis. Please stay Mini. You are special.